afternoon, and today we'll talk about the concept of value and return. Before that, we'll have the introduction to the financial management. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, financial management, as we have discussed, finance is the lifeblood. Okay, lifeblood for what? Lifeblood of business, right? So, uh, right, and finance is the lifeblood of the business. And what are the objectives of uh, managing the finance? Financial management is managing the finance. Finance is the financial resources, you mean resources for the organization, right? Resources for the organization, okay. And how do you manage it? And what are the objectives of when you're handling money, when you're handling cash? What are the objectives of handling this money? Management of cash, management of funds. How do you manage it? Okay, what is the purpose of managing? Now, there are two objectives of managing finance. Okay, number one is money. Number one is wealth maximization, and number two is profit maximization. Of late, there's one more objective that is added, that is earning per share maximization. You may say, sir, what is this? In what way the earning per share is different from the profit? Yes, there is a difference. Okay, there is a difference. We'll check it. Fine. Wealth maximization. Wealth maximization is a long-term plan. It is maximizing the wealth of the organization, wealth of the investors, right? Now, those who have subscribed with the subscribe for 10 rupees with a face value of 10 rupees, they might have paid a premium of another 10 rupees, 20 rupees. Yesterday or day before yesterday, the what is Vijay Diagnostics has gone for public. Okay, it has gone to the public. Okay, to invite them to subscribe to the shares of their company. Okay, right. Now, what is that? When they are investing, the company promises them that their wealth that they are investing, their money that they are investing, will be multiplied over a period of time. If you invest today, 1 rupee face value share is 500 rupees, I'm told. So 500, if you're investing today, it will be multiplied into 5,000 in 10 years down the line, in 5 years down the line, right? That is what maximization of wealth. Let's say with this money, they will set up the company and the company's balance sheet shows 100 crores. This 100 crores should become 200 crores, 2,000 crores, 20,000 crores, 2 lakh crores. That is how happened in Reliance Industries. Today it is more than 200 lakh crores. 2 lakh crores, 2 lakh crores is the wealth of Reliance Industries. Okay, now this is maximizing the shareholders' wealth. In the process of maximization, what happens is you will reinvest the profits you're earning from distributing, and you call that as retained earnings. Retained earnings will be converted into capital, capitalization of the profits, it is said. Fine. Now, this is on one side. Will people be happy if you say, hey, after 5 years, don't expect the profit to be distributed, but wait for 5 years. After 5 years, this money will be double, triple, made 4 times or so. Will they be encouraged, or will they be encouraged if you're saying, hey, look at this, 10% of the profit that is made, okay, is given to you, distributed. Take your 10% on the investment you have contributed. The one who has contributed 1,000 will get 100 rupees extra over and above that 1,000. So will they be happy? Will they be happy if you're giving the profit made immediately, or add back that 100 to the 1,000 that is already supplied, so that the 1,100 is invested in the business? Okay, even the successive years. Next year you make some money, some profit. That profit also is merged. So without distributing to the suppliers of the capital, if you are investing, reinvesting, that's called retained earnings. The company retains the earnings that are made, and that becomes capital, that's converted into capital. When it is converted into capital, what is that you do with that money, extra money? You will be using, let's say 1,000 crores is the amount invested, and let's say 30% profit you got, 300 crores profit you got, 300 crores are reinvested. Okay, reinvested. All right, what you have earned is 30% of 1,000 and 30% of 1,300. Now again, that is how the profit multiplies over the period of time and your wealth maximized. Fine. By contrast, profit maximization is somewhat different. Profit maximization is it is just the short-term vision. You focus sometimes when you're focusing on the short-term, benefits. You may defeat the long-run vision for the organization. Sometimes you may defeat the mission and vision of the organization. Okay, so this is short term view. Profit maximization, people will be interested only on the current profits than maximizing the wealth like this for years. Okay, so then earning per share maximization is little different. What's a profit that I made on each share? That is what shareholders are even more particular about. How much I could make on each share that I have, I'm holding in this company, right? So that's called earning per share, EPS. So it is the job of the finance manager to maximize the EPS for the shareholders, to maximize the profit. It is not just the shareholders who are interested in profit maximization, it is all stakeholders. The government wants more profit so that they can collect more profit, right? The employees wants more profit for the company because they can get uh, more, higher salaries, hiked salaries. Okay, and the shareholders, right? Then you have your uh, you have your wealth maximization, right? Wealth maximization is altogether a different concept. Fine. In light of that, now you may come across some questions like, what are the objectives of wealth maximization and profit maximization? What are the objectives of financial management? Then you can write the answer. EPS one heading, and profit another heading, wealth maximization another heading. That's it. Your essay is over. Then what are the functions of financial management? It is just concerned with raising the resources and allocating those resources on the business, on various investment proposals. That's a job. It's raising money and investing. That is the function of financial management and functions of financial manager also, right? And let's come to the calculation part. The topic that I'm taking up today is concept of value. That's a second topic, right? So return and value. Okay, right. These are the objectives. That's straight away taken from Financial Management, written by I.M. Pandey. And I.M. Pandey is the man, authority for financial management in the country, a professor of finance in Institute of Management, right? He is the author. So these are the objectives of this particular topic. You will be learning the internal rate of return. You'll be learning the time value of money. You'll be learning the future value and present value of money, right? Now, why do people prefer to keep money is one common question that you may come across. Why? You have any answers? Yeah. You may say, sir, it's very risky if I keep my money with somebody. Why? They may return it back or may not return it back, or something happens to them. What happens to my money? It's risky to keep my money with others. So therefore, I don't want to keep my money with anybody. Then Preference for consumption. If money is there, I can use it. I can use it for my consumption, luxuries. I can use it, or I can use it for any other purposes. Okay. So there are so many ways that I can spend my money. Right. Then you have investment opportunities. If I have money, I can use it for other other investment purposes. Like I can keep it in post office savings schemes and get some return there. I can keep it in the bank, I can get some interest, or I can keep it in a business, I can make some profit. So if money is with me, there are many things that I can do. I can consume, okay, I can invest, right? And it is safe with me. So therefore, people prefer to keep money now than at a later stage, right? Individuals prefer to possess money of a given amount now rather than the same amount in the future. What is that? You know, what is that? The 100 rupees that you have is much worth than the 100 rupees tomorrow, the 100 rupees after 10 days, the 100 rupees after 1 month. Why? Okay. Value of money gets deteriorated with the passage of the time. As the time passes by, the
Sir,
yes,
sir, I have a doubt.
yes, please.
Sir, you're saying that the money we can invest in business or post office on, but why we cannot put the money in stock market?
That's
And
what
my major doubt is that why in India people are very less interested in.
it's what given in the third one is investment option. I can put it in stock market also and get some return there.
But our Indian thinking is towards stock market is very less when it comes to investing.
Okay, that's your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know we people are Indians are very conservative in nature, in the sense, every rupee that we earn with sweat, okay, we want it to be safe and protected. And if you just dump it in a commercial bank, nationalized commercial bank, there's 100% security for your money in the bank. Right. Therefore, you don't need to worry what happens to your money. Right. Now, let's come to the investment, right, in the stock market. I have invested some money in the Yes Bank shares 3 years ago, okay, and at 74 rupees. Okay, after 3 years, it didn't go up. It has come down to 11 rupees. And look at this. This is not the money that I've just got it. It is my salaried 100% white money. It's 100% accounted money. It's not a black money or just like that without effort. I didn't get it. It's my hard-earned money. So let's say if I have 1,000 shares and 1,000 into, let's say today's value, I think it's around 10 rupees. 64 rupees per share I have lost, 64,000 I lost. And in other stocks, all put together, I lost about 3 lakhs, right? So why do I just want to, just while away my money, which is earned, with my hard work, right? So there is no guarantee that you get back your money. There's no guarantee in the stock market. Okay, it is not just Indian stock market, any stock market. We the Indians and constitute a larger salaried class. Therefore, we are very conservative, and you can't just motivate just like that to make them invest in stock market. It's very difficult because they know that there's no guarantee. I want an assured return, and that's where I get. It's our only public sector bank that I can get assured return. So let me go and keep it in bank. That's what the reason. Okay, I think I just could reach you, Abu.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, required rate of return. What is required rate of return? It's a compensation. It's a reward rather for the for parting your money with me or with anybody. If you're keeping your money with me, right, and you're sacrificing that, and for the sacrifice you're making, I must compensate you, and I must compensate you in the form of interest. Okay, in the form of interest, right? I'll just continue with your question, the answer for your question. And this is called as return, right? And return is two types. Risk free rate, if I keep it in post office savings scheme, 100% I will get back my money along with the return that is promised. But if I keep it in the commercial bank, there is 99% guarantee. And if I keep it in a private bank, there is 70% guarantee. If I keep it in the stock market, there's only 50% guarantee, right? But the stock market can give me 50% return, whereas the commercial banks can give me only 10% rate of interest. I'm saying example, it is much less. And the public sector banks can give me only, uh, let's say, 6% or 7%. And while the post office savings scheme can give me only 4%, right? So higher the risk, higher the return. You take higher risk in the stock market, the return is also is 50%. Okay, so now what is this 4% of post office savings scheme? There is absolutely no risk, absolutely no risk. Okay, so that's called risk-free rate. 4% is called risk-free rate. There's no risk involved in that. Okay, and for by not keeping in the post office savings scheme, but if you keep it in any let's say stock market, which gives you let's say 10%, for convenience sake, stock market gives you 10% and post office savings scheme gives you 4%, right? Now you are not keeping it in the post office savings scheme, okay, PSC, but keeping it in the stock market. Why? Stock market. Why? Just to take advantage of the additional return. What is this additional return called? 6% is the additional return. What is that called? It's called risk-free rate. That's called risk-free rate of return. Okay. Time preference for money is generally expressed by an interest rate. Compensation for the sacrifice is interest. And this rate is positive even in the absence of any risk. Post office scheme, no risk, but still something must be given. That's 4%. But if there's an extra risk borne by the investor, okay, then extra incentive should be given. What's that extra incentive called? Risk premium. The risk-free rate of 4%, risk premium of 6 rupees, okay, for a 6% put together, required rate of return on the investment. That is, okay, that is the rate of return. That is the rate of return, okay, required rate of return. And this rate is used to adjust the time value of money, whether it is compounding or discounting. Okay, two most common methods of adjusting cash flows for time value. Compounding. What is this? It's a process of calculating the future values of the cash flows. If you receive 1,000 after 1 year, what's the present value of that 1,000 that you're going to receive after 1 year? It is not going to be 1,000, but will be different. Discount, process of calculating present value of cash flows. Present
Uh,
cash flows.
Sir, one more doubt is that after COVID-19, how the things have been in the business? We'll get the same returns what we have invested in business or anything right, after this pandemic situation. Still, it is running on. So whether what we have invested in what do you say, business or anything, will we get the same returns, sir?
That nobody can answer, but because that the answer is not in anybody's hand, because that's so uncertain. Even the WHO chief cannot answer, the RBI governor cannot answer, right? How much you get back, how you will get back, It's all in the hand of God. Nobody can answer, right? So
Exactly.
there are so many factors that you have to consider before you take a step of investing, right? So
Right.
you will take factors, but nothing is in anybody's hand, including the governor of RBI. Okay, right. So future value. We'll think of future value. Compounding. Compounding is just calculating interest upon interest, interest upon the principal. It's a process of finding the future value of cash flows by applying the concept of compound interest. Okay? So what is a compound interest? It is the interest received on the principal, original principal, and the interest on that, and interest on interest. Okay? And simple interest, you know it. Okay? Simply, you just calculate interest upon the principal. That's it. Right? Please go through the sentences as I'm speaking to you so that you can just ask the doubts related to the content.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Uh,
Okay.
don't be generic, okay? And those generic questions or answers will not be there in the examination, right? So we had to be specific in our talk, right? In our discussion, because these things only will appear in the examination paper, not other things, right? So let us have a focused approach. Yeah. Then to calculate the future value, you're saying, I'll give you 1,000 and you promise me 10%. And after 1 year, what's the value of this 1,000, right? Uh, 10% on 10% on 1,000 is 100 rupees. So 1,100 rupees will be the value of my money with you. Let's say you keep it for another year. When you keep it for another year, what happens? You have to pay interest of 10% on my money, okay, right? And interest upon interest. So this 10% on the second year, first year 10% on 1,000, 10% on the 1,100 will be the second year's interest. So 110 plus 110 is the 110 multiplied with the, I'm sorry, 1,100. 1,100 multiplied with 10% gives you 110, 110 rupees. So previously you got 100 rupees. So the total return is 100 plus 2, 110. 210 is your return. Okay, the future value will be 210. Okay, now let's have an equation here. What is this Fn? Fn is the future value. Okay, is equal to P, the principal, multiplied with 1 plus interest to the whole power period. How many years you're keeping my money with you? If you're keeping 2 years, then make it 2. If you're keeping 5 years, make it 5. Okay, and what's the rate of interest? If it is 10%, it is 0.10. You have to write here 0.10. If it is 8%, 0.08. If it is 5%, 0.05. If it is 15%, 0.15. You have to substitute. Let's say principal is 1,000. Then this will be 1,000. Okay, the term 1 plus I whole power n is the compound value factor, CVF, of a lump sum amount of 1,000, let's say 1 rupee or 100, say anything. And it always has a value greater than 1. This 1,000 I'm going to give you will become 110 or 120, but definitely it will not be less than 100. Okay, that's compounding. And the factor is CVF, compound value factor. What is this? This factor. Okay, 1 plus I whole power n is the compound value factor, right? And it is always positive. Right. And this compound value factor is tabulated and you can get it from the table. You'll have a table we'll be using when we are talking about capital budgeting. We'll use the CVF values from the table, and these tables you can also use it for the examination. Okay, they are allowed to be used in the examination. Right. The CVF is a factor. Okay. CVF is a factor. Let's say you deposit 55,650 in a bank, okay, and the rate of interest is 15%, means 0.15, okay, and N is 10 years. How much would the deposit throw at the end of 10 years? N is 10, I is 0.15, 0.15. Okay, and P is 55,650. If you're keeping just this amount, after 10 years, how much that would grow into? Okay, right? That would grow into P is 55,650 into CVF. CVF. Look at this. This is the formula that you have to apply. 1 plus I whole power n. Okay, 55,650 multiplied with 1 plus I, 1.15. 1.15 whole power n, because this I is 0.15, 0.15. So 1 plus 1 plus 0.15 is 1.15. 1.15 whole power 10 gives you this. What?
Sir,
4.
sir, I have a doubt, sir.
4.046 you will get, right? This 4.046 will be multiplied with this, and you get 2,25,159 after 10 years. If you invest this amount, you will get 2,25,159 after 10 years. Okay, we'll just pause for a doubt. Okay, somebody's asking doubt. Yes.
Yes.
All right, there's a disturbance. Please mute yourself. If you don't mute yourself, I can't speak, I can't proceed. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, this is the answer. Okay, 2,25,000. If you keep this amount after 10 years, your amount is going to become this much if annual interest is 15% per annum. Okay, right. Then future value of annuity. Hey, instead of just one lump sum, if you just dump the instead of dumping the whole sum of like just 55,650, if you just keep it, keep only bit by bit. Every year, my capacity is to keep only a little amount. Okay, only one small amount I contribute, and most of your LIC policies are like that. Annually, you contribute some amount, okay, and after 20 years, it turns out to be a huge amount. Okay, all these EMIs will be, all these premiums would be consolidated along with the interest, and it runs into a big amount, right? And let's see how that happens. Annuity is what we use, and the equation for annuity is the future value of annuity is equal to annuity. What's the amount that you're contributing every year or every month, multiplied with 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by I. Okay, this is the equation. 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by I. Once again, 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by n multiply with annuity. Once again, 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by I, right? And this is how you have to discuss to remember. Okay, so that gives you the future value of the annuity. Okay, the shortcut is, okay, this value is known as compound value factor annuity. This is also available in the tables. Sometimes it need not be in the table, but you can also calculate manually like this. Okay, right. This is calculating from the table. This is calculating manually. Let's take an illustration. Suppose that a firm deposits 5,000 at the end of each year for 4 years at 6% rate of interest. How much would this annuity accumulate? at the end of the fourth year. Okay, at the end of the fourth year, right? Uh, Look at this. Uh, Multiply again. What is rate of interest? 0.06. What is A? 5,000. Okay, what is I? I is 0.06. And what is N? N is 4 years. Look at this, 4 years. Okay, look at this. 1 plus I. 1 plus 0.06 to the power 4 minus 1 by 0.06. Multiply with A, annuity, which is 5,000. Can you please quickly do it, those who are having calculator in your hand? Fast.
Sir, is it 21,650?
21,650. 21,650. Okay, this is due to the decimals that you are ignoring or considering. Sometimes you may consider 3 digits after point dot, sometimes 1 digit. It depends on that. So because of that, this variation may be there, but your answer is 100% correct. 21,000 some change. That's it. Okay. So future value is equal to 5,000 into CVFA. Okay, the compound value factor annuity in the table under 4 years against 6%. Okay, gives you this value 4.3746, which is equal to 21,873. Okay, that's it. Then let's go to sinking fund. Sinking fund. Hey, look at this. If you're raising debentures of, let's say, 10 crores and for 10 years and for 10%, 10 crores, 10 years, 10% debentures you're raising. What does it mean? 10 crores, you'll take it from public and annually you'll pay 10% rate of interest. And after 10 years, you'll pay back the money. Fine. To pay back the money after 10 years, where do you get the money? All of a sudden 10 crores, where do you get? Because it's already spent, right? The money that you're taking, it's already spent. Where do you get that huge money all of a sudden? You don't get it, right? So what you do is, for 10 years, you'll set aside some amount to meet this repayment after 10 years. Every year you gave the pay the interest, and at the 10th year you had to pay this 10 crores. Okay, so what you'll do is you set aside some amount so that after 10 years it becomes 10 crores. What is that amount that you have to contribute so that it becomes 10 crores? That is the question. Okay, okay. Look at this. Let's say our parents, most of you are studying. Some of your executives, if your child is just in first standard, okay, if you have any children, if a child is in first standard, how much would you have to spend for her or his university education after 15 years from now? You will estimate it is going to be 50 lakhs. To make it 50 lakhs after 15 years, how much would you have to contribute every year now? That is called sinking fund. Sinking fund, which is created out of fixed payments each period to accumulate to a bigger sum after a specified period. For example, companies generally, all this example I told you. And the formula is A is equal to what is the contribution that annually you have to contribute? That's what called A, annuity, is equal to future value. What's the future amount? 50 lakhs multiplied with I by, let's say, if the rate of interest is, let's say, 10%, 0.10 by 1 plus I, that is 1 plus 0.10, that is 1.1 to the power 15 years minus 1 gives you some amount. Okay, gives you that value which you have to contribute. You have to contribute annually. Okay, annually, right? Yeah, you can take an example and do it. Okay, you can take an example, your own example. You can take my son. Okay, for my son I had to spend 50 lakhs after 15 years. How much should I contribute? Yeah, you can use this formula. This is a wonderful thing that you can do. Okay, for your own, for planning for your children education and marriage and things like that. Okay, 50 lakhs it should be after 15 years. To make it 50 lakhs after 50 years, how much I should set aside every year? And that amount you will calculate like this. Future value 50 lakhs, I is 10%. Calculate it. Please keep calculating and just disturb me if you have done with the answer as I am proceeding further. Okay? Right, present value of future cash flows. What's this? And look at this. Previously, it is compounding. Compounding. Okay? Converting the compounding, multiplying the amount. How the amount will be multiplied. Okay, in the future, if there is an interest rate taken into consideration. Okay, right. Then this is present value. What is this? What is the worth of the rupee that you're going to receive in future now? Okay, if somebody says, hey, give me 1 lakh rupees, I'll give you 1,50,000 after 20 years. Then you must never give, even if it is 50% more. Why? Okay, that 1,50,000 that he's going to give after 10 years is not even worth 1 lakh because of the changes in the price level. The way the cost of living goes up. Let's say, in Bangalore or here, the deposit that you have to pay for hiring a double-bedded flat is just 1 lakh, right? After 10 years, it's going to be 3 lakhs, but the fellow is giving only 1.5 lakhs, right? So it is not worth, right? So that's what the present value of a future cash flows is. The amount of current cash that is of equivalent value to the decision maker. Discounting is the process of determining present value of series of cash flows. The interest rate used for discounting cash flows is called discount rate. At what rate the amount gets discounted, the worth of money gets discounted. Okay, that this is the rate. At this rate, the money gets discounted. What? The present value of the future cash flows is equal to P is equal to future cash flows, that is Fn by 1 plus I the interest rate, to the power n the period. Okay, n the period. The same thing can be rewritten as this, Fn into 1 plus I, the interest rate, okay, whole power minus n, right? So let's take an example. Suppose that you are an investor, okay, and you'd like to know the value of 50,000 to be received after 15 years. If the rate of interest is 9% or 0.09. Okay, how do you calculate it? 0.09 is the I and 15 is the N. Okay, and in future 50,000 you're going to receive. What is the present worth of that 50,000 that you're going to receive now? Calculate and tell me quickly. What's the value? Okay, this is the value. This is called as PVF, the parenthesis, okay, and the PVF is 0.275. What is that? This is PVF 0.275 multiplied with 50,000, that gives you 13,750. Alas, the 50,000 that you receive after 15 years is worth just 13,750. Okay, that means to that extent the money gets deteriorated in its value, in its purchasing power. All right. And the same thing for the annuity. The computation is same. All right. So this is annuity. All right. Yeah, present value of an annuity can be written in this equation. P is equal to A of 1 by I minus 1 by I multiplied with 1 by 1 plus I whole power n. Okay, and again for this also you will have table value, present value annuity factor under I rate of interest against the n number of years. You will have the value. This value is point. No, I'm sorry. This value is. Oh, this. I can take a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this value, if it is 0.275 multiply with A, then you get the present value of that. What is that? Every year, if you're going on investing, and after 15 years, you want to pay your son university education, which is 50 lakhs, 50. The worth of that 50 lakhs that you will make after 15 years is worth much less. How much less is? Yeah, this much less. It is just 13 lakhs 7,500 for your shock and surprise. The 50 lakhs that you will get after 15 years, okay, if you're contributing some fixed amount every year, it's worth 13 lakhs 7,500 only. It's shocking, right? Yes, this is reality. Okay. So then present value of perpetuity by the interest rate gives you the present value of perpetuity. It is, indefinitely you're going on contributing, right? And this is not realistic. So therefore I don't discuss or talk much on this. Okay. Then that's it. That's it. I'll just close it here. All right. Uh, then, yeah, questions, please. Any questions?
Sir,
And tell me.
sir, if they don't give the interest rate, then how can we calculate, sir?
Interest rate will be given. They should give the interest rate. Otherwise, you can't calculate.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Mm.